So today I want to tackle insecurities, and particularly insecurities that have to do with our looks, so that you can get rid of these thoughts and just live an anxiety-free life when it comes to how you look. Because I myself have struggled with this a lot, and I've been really working through it. I feel just so much more free to be myself. I can just talk without have to worrying about how I look like, especially in front of people or crowds. And it's just so incredibly helpful to be able to learn how to do this so that you don't spend your money and waste your time on buying certain products or getting procedures to fix the solution, when really the problem is just in the head. And if we can work on rewiring our thought processes, we can easily solve this. So I'm going to be really vulnerable. I don't care, okay? I just want to help people. So one of my biggest insecurities in terms of how I look growing up, and this is I've only just recently am starting to get over it, is my chubby cheeks and my round face. To some people, it may sound absolutely ridiculous, and to other people, you may agree with this. And if you agree with this, you might even think harshly about yourself in that way as well, because I know when I would be really insecure about something, I'd be hyper focused on it, and I would try to look for it in other people as well. If you're criticizing other people for it, you're probably criticizing yourself for it too. Okay, so that's called projection. In order to understand why this bothers me so much, because obviously it's a fact. Yeah, I have a round face. Certain people just have more round faces. That's not the problem. That's not what we're trying to change. What we're trying to change is the idea that that is not beautiful. So first we have to go to the origins of this thought. All right. So we have to time travel back. And usually these kinds of thoughts are formed around, I'd say age 5 or 6. That's just when things are most impressionable on us, and we end up carrying this throughout our entire life. And it's funny because when I sat down to think, when did this thought actually begin? It's just crazy how I remember it with such vivid detail. I even remember, was it night or daytime? I remember the setting. It was in someone's kitchen. I remember who it was. And I don't remember what I was wearing or anything, but I just remember really vivid details about it. And it's just out of all the memories I could have kept with me, it's just interesting how your brain just picks certain things that have made an impression. And clearly this comment hurt, right? It clearly hurt me when I was younger. And so I carried it on with me for the next 23 years, and I let it affect me. Okay, this is why it's so important to watch what you're telling kids. So basically, it was this auntie in my life, so an adult in my life, who said, and this was pretty much her exact words, you're actually pretty skinny. It's just your face that's kind of heavy and it makes you look fat, but you're not. Something along those lines. So basically a backhanded compliment. And clearly it hurt me because I let it affect me and impact me for the next 23 years of my life, whether it be in social situations or even when I'm home by myself. I cannot overemphasize how much real estate this insecurity has taken over in my mind. And I'm sharing this because I know this happens to so many women. For me, it's my round face, but for other women, it might be their nose, their eyes, their, whatever. Pick any facial feature, pick any feature in your body. Most of us have these types of insecurities. And so nowadays, we've been told that we can actually just fix this insecurity, right? So technically I could get a procedure done to have a slimmer face that would solve all my problems. But we know that's not true, because then I'm just going to look for another insecurity and then another one. And it's just going to be endless, right? Because I'm not getting to the source of the issue. The source of the issue is my thought process. And the source of the issue is my belief in this thought that's actually false. And so that brings me to my main point, that not all your thoughts are real. And I think it's somewhere around 90% of your thoughts are just repeated over and over. So it's kind of like this recorder that's just playing all day long. So you're literally repeating all your same thoughts 90% of the time. And most of these thoughts are negative, unfortunately. So what you can actually do is understand the origin of these thoughts. And then now you can rewrite this thought so that it aligns with more of the truth. So this thought was not placed upon me by myself. I didn't just come to believing this by myself, because most children don't really work worry about their looks. They don't really care about how they look like. They think they're amazing and beautiful as they are. And it's insecure adults who project on these children. And now these children carry that burden throughout their entire lives. And if they don't resolve this insecurity, they then pass it on to their children. So the first step is being aware of the origins of this thought. So you're essentially like calling it out. Like, okay, this is not real. This was actually an insecure adult in my life who said this. She was probably feeling insecure about her round face and then like made me feel bad about mine, when in reality I didn't need to feel bad about mine because it's nothing I should feel bad about. It's just a matter of fact. It's just like how my face looks like. So one practice you can do is actually make like a wheel. I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna call it like a wheel of beliefs, but it doesn't matter what it's called. It's matter that you like do this practice. It literally takes like 5 minutes and it like works really well. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a circle here, okay? In the center of the circle, what you want to write down is the idea which you want to believe in. So I'm going to write down round faces are beautiful. And I know this seems like so freaking silly, but it's so silly that you have this insecurity in the first place and you let it impact how you interact with the world, right? So let's like fix this once and for all. And you could do this with like anything you're insecure about. Like in the center, I want you to write what you're insecure about and then say that it's beautiful, okay? And we're going to try to prove this theory right. We're going to try to prove this belief right. So then you kind of draw out lines from the center and you can draw out how many you want. The beauty about this is that you can keep going and you can keep adding on as the days go on. So you don't have to like come up with it all at once, but at least try to come up with like 4 or 5 of them. Okay, so round faces are beautiful. So for example, what I can say is I can think of certain like celebrities, okay? Celebrities or influencers who are known to be beautiful, who have round faces. So I can write down, for example, like Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez has a round face and is beautiful. And I believe that. I believe that for a fact. As long as you believe what you're writing down, that's all that matters. If there's something that you don't really believe or like you're just like, I'm just kind of like forcing it, don't write it down because then this won't work. You have to believe everything you're writing down so that you can support your main argument. Another thing I can write down is round faces are considered to be youthful. And like we all know that youth is like a desirable thing. So that's something that I can use to prove my main point. Then I can write something else like the other day, one of my patients said I was beautiful. Okay. I don't know. You just like use these kinds of things. I woke up today and I truly loved who I saw in the mirror. Round faces indicate health. Pretty much you can just like keep adding on a bunch of evidence basically that support that main argument. And now instantly, you'll probably just feel a lot better about whatever feature it is that you're insecure about. It's not going to be like an overnight thing, right? Like I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress, but I hope this just like helps relieve some of that burden so that it's not just constantly occupying so much of your thoughts. Because like I said, most of our thoughts are repeated, false, negative things that we didn't even come to believe by ourselves. It was actually imposed on us by adults who also had insecurities. And the beautiful thing about this is once you actually like rewire these thoughts, and like heal this negative thinking, not only are you gonna like dramatically improve the quality of your life, but you'll also stop projecting your insecurities on other people and you'll actually end and break this cycle. And that's the most important thing is we don't want to pass this way of thinking onto like our future kids or even around our friends and family. We obviously want to be able to bring out the best in others and just spread love, you know? So anyways, I hope this little exercise helps. It's really late. I need to go to bed, but I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.